What's going on, football fans? Welcome to the Jaelan Phillips show on Breaking the Birds. Eagles' new defensive end acquired from Miami for a third-round pick had a monster game and really game-deciding impact on this game here against the Packers. Single-season high for the Eagles in single game pressures. That is 8 pressure for Jaelan Phillips in this one, 4 run stops, which only 2 defenders have done prior in the year. Massive impact. And if you saw my my video on what Jaelan Phillips could do for Vic Fangio's defense, you were by no means surprised. I mean, he is super talented. We saw that on tape. That was my conclusion as well. Going through all of that is that this guy can really be good, and man, was he good. Let's get right to the tape. All right, here from inside this time in 3 technique, playing spy on Jordan Love. And the speed he has when Jordan is escaping away from the pocket right here, running out here, and he's chasing it to the outside, is super impressive. Look at the acceleration that he pulls on right there. And then just dips inside of Jalen Carter as he's coming out. Dips inside right there, whoop, and then suddenly is in the face of Jordan Love. Perfectly played, super athletic to be able to rush from outside, rush from inside, play QBs by. Does everything. Zone for the Packers here. Phillips lined up there in the 7 technique, getting down blocked by the right tackle. Really awesome job here. I mean, this is strong run defense. Completely stands up the tackle when he's engaging him. They're at that spot right there in between the 2 lines here. Drives the tackle back even. Timely disengage. Really good tackle on Josh Jacobs. Something that Phillips has said himself that he prides himself on is the run defense. You could really tell it. He's a violent, physical guy in the run game. Good technique here as well. Pitch to the outside. Tight end right here is going to be going up against Phillips. Basically, they're going to be outside zone blocking this. So they want to try to get outside here, get outside there, get outside all the way across on the line right here. Phillips, he just destroys tight end blocks, man. They don't get to him. Again, really good technique here. He drives the tight end backwards, starting almost at the full marked line. They're back here at the 2.5 in between the 5-yard markers. Disengages well. Another run stop. Nice rep here against the run one more time. 7 technique here to the outside. Zone to the right side once again here, getting down blocked by the right tackle. Jacobs goes inside here. Phillips is in full contain of his outside gap. When he sees Jacobs go inside here, he disengages and comes in and makes the tackle in a completely opposing gap to where he's supposed to be, or where his responsibility is, before Jacobs hits the line of scrimmage there. Awesome moves, terrific block shedding. He's in full control of the right tackle. Another impressive rep here in pass rush. Again, getting chipped by the tight end to begin with, has to defeat that block first. Does that quickly inside with the inside counter Euro step move here. Fake rip, inside pull, or inside punch. Good explosiveness coming back inside as well. It works for him because he really gets the weight of the offensive tackle going upfield here when he's going back inside. When he plants, he also grabs a hold of him and then just kind of shoves him away inside. Well played. I mean, come on, man. When is the last time we had a pass rusher who could do this? Look at him here from the outside here. Wide 9 set this time. First going inside, beating the tight end who's in there to chip block him. That's one. That's a holding, by the way. After that, quick punch, rip, and bend underneath on the right tackle here. Let's just pull that together without any pauses. Just appreciate this because it's been a long time since I've seen this fluid of a pass rush. Comes in here and gets a hand on Jordan Love when he's releasing this ball. That's one. That's punch. That's rip. And that's bend in there to get a hand on Love's as he's affecting the pass. Remember that if you like the channel, if you like the videos, if you like what I do, and you want to support me, hop on to Buy Me a Coffee, Break the Birds. I'll put a link in the description. Want to help the channel? Buy me a coffee. Thank you. Nice rush here from the 7 technique from Phillips. The outside right here. Sheer power going up against number 50 here. Really nice transition of speed into power. Collapse the pocket right here for Jordan Love and completely gets him off the spot. So just upside first and then straight into his man. Really good leverage as he's hitting him. Good hat placement. Rush upfield, upfield, upfield. He gets the guy lateral turn right here. Tackle actually recovers well. Look at that. Good hat placement. Good angle. Driving him backwards. Gets Love out off his spot. And Hunt cleans up up with the sack. Reverse counter move this time. Inside to outside. Down here, 7 technique going against the tackle. First goes inside here. Comes upfield first here. Tries to threaten the edge. Then swims inside. Whoop. Swim inside right here. Gets countered on that. And then just punches down the hands of the tackle. Let's see. I hope we get a good view of it here in the box view. Because that's impressive. That inside to outside counter, you don't see too many of those. Usually you want to counter inside when you're rushing the edge. Doesn't work. But there is the tackle is trying to go inside here. When he sees that spin, he's just trying to get all his weight inside. He stops with his ankle and then goes back outside and then punches as it's coming in, or as it's going out. And that generates a ton of power as it's going back outside. Again, another play where Love can be thankful that is to check down to the running back. Again, here gets double teamed on the outside by both guard and tackle to that side. I think Jalen Carter is playing a little bit more QB spy tech right here. At least I believe so. But just look at the sheer strength he has. First, chipped by Josh Jacobs. And afterwards here, single one-arm extension right here. The tackle has no chance of getting his hands on Phillips. And then the guard comes in and assists afterwards so that the tackle doesn't get driven back even further. But he's practically triple teamed on this play. 1, 2, beats him. And then the third guy comes in and delivers a blow there to halt his momentum. Jordan also releases the ball there, but I think it's just super impressive. Nice move here in the pass game. First off, the running play action. So he engages up with the right tackle here, so he's able to play the run. Afterwards, he recognizes that it's pass, sees it right here, dips underneath it. Right tackle goes with him here, and he counters immediately with the spin move here. Gets the right tackle tripping away. Gets slowed down there by the guard coming in for him. So everything here is set up. First, initial contact here on the play action. Is it run? Nope. Read that it's pass. Come down here with that, I guess you can say, fake rip spin inside. Creative. Nice tick game here as well. Jalen Carter coming in first. Phillips looping in underneath and around it here. Goes up against the guard here. First initial good punch. Then afterwards, a really good bend here is coming inside. Has to check it down to the running back here. Otherwise, Phillips is right there in his back. Good move here. Good bend coming down. Look at the effort on the play right here from Phillips. He's not playing spy here. He's getting outside here. First getting chipped by the tight end. Then going against the right tackle, even beating him inside. And then Jordan Love escaping out the pocket here. He makes a tackle, limiting this to about 4 yards. Coming from the opposite defensive end position to where he's also getting chipped by a tight end. That hustle is fantastic. Another play right here, so close in the run in the pass game, with where he wins with a counter move, and the transition between his moves is super smooth. We got right here on the outside. First is he's going to try first here upfield, tries to get the edge here and rip, and as the right tackle is countering that and he's losing his momentum, spins inside there. Take from the wide view, look at a little bit overview of it here. Also, the right tackle falls start short. That's what it is. He gets beat anyway. Not that this results in any spectacular plays or anything. Just I just really like the physicality and the power that Phillips displays right here. Practically hip tosses away the guard. So it goes back inside right here. Zone block from a down block at least. There's zone block from the O-line, down block from the guard here on Phillips. Has him in full control and then just tosses him aside when he wants to disengage. Now here, 4th down and 1. This is the play where you can see Ojomo pointing a direction inside zone this way, inside zone this way. Everybody here blocking towards that side. And really this play is made up by Ojomo. He explodes out of his stance right here. Not only does he know what the play is, he also has some kind of tell on the cadence here because he explodes out of his stance. Just remove the guard here, fully occupies the center, leaving Jaelan Carter one-on-one. He just bench presses away his guy here in the single block here of the guard. Tackle release up on Zach Bond, and then it's a tight end on Jaelan Phillips. But because he takes away the double team here, because Jaelan Carter bench presses this guy into the backfield, then Josh Jacobs has to go all the way back towards the tight end, who gets completely smothered by Jaelan Phillips, makes the tackle for a loss here in the forced fumble. Eagles take over. This is subtle, extremely impressive. Rushing here from the top defensive end here in the 7 technique. This is going to be a quick pass from Jordan Love, but the stab that Phillips pulls on the right tackle right here, he just stabs down his arm or clubs down his arm when he's going inside there. If that's not a quick game, it's completely over. And I think it's something we need to just appreciate right here. The violence of the punch here and how much force he's bringing into that while maintaining full speed. Bam. Packers running zone to the left side here, and Phillips just utilizing his strength and good technique here, staying just ass side of the tight end all the time here and keeping his outside contained as he's chasing this down. He's going to be lined up in, I think it's a 7 technique on this rep right here. Yes, it is right here. 7 technique at the outside here. He just goes inside here of the tight end here. So 7 technique is right outside of the first tight end that's there. And he just goes right inside of him at all times. He even puts a hand over to him to make sure that he's in full range and full control of that outside gap. There's the inside hand right there. Really good tackle for about 2 yards and first down. Some good athleticism from Phillips here on a game with Jaelan Carter. So a tick game here where the inside guy goes first and then the outside guy loops inside afterwards. Getting chipped first by the tight end, so getting stalled in that regard. Then Love releases it here, but the speed he has when he's going against an inside offensive lineman here by himself, here going against Elgton Jenkins, quick move inside. He doesn't get rid of it there. That's going to be a pressure. Zone left here with a backside down block here from the tight end on Phillips in the 7 technique. Again, completely destroys the tight end here. They get a really good gap in between here of Jaelan Carter and Phillips. When you see that initially, right there, if this guy is able to maintain his block on Phillips, it's really game over because. Or not game over, but they're going to get a long gain here. Reed Blankenship has to get up in his gap. But Phillips, because he drives back the tight end to the degree he does, actually comes and makes the tackle simultaneous with Reed Blankenship. Terrific play. Here in the run game again. Look at look how supreme he looks compared to the right tackle in terms of having his gap right here. He's just initial contact, and then he's got him out fully stretched in one arm. And then as soon as Jacobs declares inside, he disengages. The right tackle never has a chance here of just down blocking him because he doesn't really get close to him in that area.